Hello and welcome to Next Level Broadcasting simulcast of the Gaylord Blue Devils at Alpena Wildcats. Christian Swinsicki along with Charles Strail in the booth, Tim Swinsicki on the camera, and John Strail on the sidelines for your Next Level Broadcasting simulcast. And coming into today, we got a couple of 0-5 teams looking to get that first victory here in Gaylord. Obviously, last week, a heartbreaker that came down to not the final play, Charles, but it came down to one of the final few plays for Gaylord last week. They almost were able to kind of come back and eke their way into overtime. However, here in the Jimmy John's pregame show.
Yeah, well, Christian, first of all, I think this game is a big one for both these teams. You're looking at it from the standpoint of they both need to get a win. It's homecoming here for Alpena. They're looking at the Blue Devils as meat on the bone for their first potential win of the season, and the Blue Devils are kind of looking at the Wildcats from the same perspective. Both teams need a win, and both teams, or I should say, one team will come out of here with a win tonight. That is the only thing that we know for certain that will happen tonight. But looking forward to being here and on the call with this one. Like I said in the Jimmy John's pregame show here, Jimmy John's reminding everyone for those road games like tonight, the best way to dine and feed the family is with Jimmy John's. And Jimmy John's in Gaylord. So, Christian, you were at the game last week versus Cadillac. Talk about some signs of improvement that you've seen in this Blue Devil team, specifically as the offense started to percolate a little bit in the second half versus the Vikings.
Well, it was more so that ground game that we saw. I thought Gaylord was going to be able to establish and kind of revitalize from last year, right? When we saw Andrew Simoniak come in last week, it kind of gave a spark for the offense and maybe enough for them to propel them into a victory. However, like was mentioned earlier, the fumble there on the last play for the offense, backbreaking. But you look at the success you had last week, and I spoke to a couple of players after the game last week where I said, what are you taking away going into next week? And they said just looking at the second and third quarter success they had on offense, and really that's what they can walk away from and hang their hats on and be happy about. So as we get ready here for the national anthem, we will be right back. This is Next Level Broadcasting simulcast of Gaylord Blue Devils versus Alpena Wildcats. We'll be right back.
Know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime, engineered to be stronger. Our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
A beautiful night here in Alpena, Michigan for Gaylord Blue Devils versus Alpena Wildcats here in the Jimmy John's pregame show, Next Level Broadcasting simulcast of tonight's Friday Night Lights. Charles, we didn't get to mention what is probably going to be necessary for the Blue Devils going into tonight, but hey, like you mentioned, both teams are going to be hungry for this victory, especially both teams starting 0-5, and after last week, both teams were able to do the same thing for the first time this season. Both teams were able to accomplish, and that was put points on the board.
Yep, and that was one thing that we saw the Blue Devils able to do in the second half versus Cadillac at home last weekend at Gaylord. And I think what they found is they found their rhythm from an offensive line standpoint. They run a lot of zone run blocking schemes, so those running backs have to be patient and wait for those blocks to get established and then make a quick one-cut decision. And some of the running backs early on in the season were pressing that gas pedal a little bit too quickly, trying to hit the hole with a little bit, not enough timing. A great zone blocking runner was Le'Veon Bell. If you watched Le'Veon Bell, if you had him on your fantasy team, he was so patient waiting for his blocks to develop. And the Blue Devils started to find some rhythm with that inside zone run blocking scheme last week, and they're going to have to continue that here tonight. So I look for the Blue Devils to be successful on the ground.
Oh, wait, games called for Freaky Fast Meals on the road? That's where Jimmy John's comes in to turn travel time into dinner time with their Freaky Fast gourmet sandwiches and their brand new location in Gaylord across from Hobby Lobby. Jimmy John's, Freaky Fast and Freaky Strong. So strong, a tornado couldn't move them. Charles, here tonight, I mean, like you mentioned, one of these teams is going to go home happy. And for the first time in both these teams' seasons, someone is going to have to finally pull out just enough for the win.
Yeah.
Pull out enough stops. Last week we saw a little bit of trickeration when Simoniak came in for quarterback. However, I mean, this week I'm going to maybe think that Gaylord sticks to their game plan going into this week. That ground and pound is what has been their bread and butter so far when they've had success offensively from what I was able to see. And even going back as far as last year, their success was on the ground. But as we really take a second to step aside for the national anthem this time, this has been Next Level Broadcasting's Jimmy John's pregame show on the simulcast on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and on our YouTube. We'll be right back.
Know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right. Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown cherry capital airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting's simulcast of Next Level of Gaylord Blue Devils versus the Alpena Wildcats. Right now we are in the national anthem as we come back from the Jimmy John's pregame show.
Take it away, Alpena Band.
When we are back here in Alpena, Michigan, once again for a beautiful fall night. Oh my gosh, look at that skyline out in the distance. Christian Swidzicki, Charles Strail in the booth. And boy, oh boy, Charles, are you pumped for Friday Night Lights?
I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, look at that backdrop here in Alpena. You got the trees in the background, maple trees starting to change color. You got under the lights right now. First game in October. It feels like fall is in the air, which means it's football time. And, well, no better place to be than at a football game in the fall. And I'm pretty excited to be hanging out with you tonight as well.
Hey, I'm likewise, Charles. That's why I enjoy coming up here for Northern Michigan football. This is a fun time.
And just want to remind everyone that if you're just now tuning in, You can see all of the games right now live on nextlevelbroadcasting.net. If you go live, you can see the Charlevoix versus Elk Rapids game. You can also see Traverse City St. Francis Ep taking on the Sheboygan Chiefs, and then our game right here, Gaylord and Alpena. You can see all these games live right now on nextlevelbroadcasting.net. So if you want to use our quad box feature, no, we're not taking anything away from NFL Red Zone or YouTube TV, but quad box right now available on nextlevelbroadcasting.net.
Who needs Scott Hansen when we got Charles Strill here for Next Level Broadcasting? Moments away from kickoff. I mean, dude, I got the hairs on my arms are kind of standing up here. I'm excited. Someone's gonna go home happy, and the other, someone's gonna go home not happy. Kickoff, a few moments away, as the Blue Devils are lining up to kick it away. Wildcats are going to be receiving first. That means Blue Devils will get it at the half. And Charles, one thing I do want to mention, I've heard it through the grapevine that Connor Byram is back.
Yeah, that's right.
For the Blue Devils.
Big piece returning for that Blue Devil defense, especially with his contributions on offense as well and in special teams.
All right. Kickoff right now. Blue Devils going to be kicking it south. And the kick is away. Going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. That's going to be a number 15 on the return, Cole Herman. He's listed on our roster sheet as a wide receiver and a linebacker. He gets it back out to about the 24-yard line as the referees are waiting to spot the ball. Charles, I was told by a couple of Wildcat staff members that Cole Herman is the player to watch for, or Alpena. Once again, lined up at wide receiver on offense and linebacker on defense. Alpena does have a freshman in at quarterback. This is the second week in a row that the Blue Devils have seen a freshman in at quarterback.
Let's see what this freshman quarterback here for Alpena's got last week versus Cadillac. A very impressive freshman. So the quarterback play future in the Big North Conference is very bright.
Yes, it certainly is. And, I mean, right now, Zach Orban is going to hand it off, but he's got, in pregame warm-ups, we saw a good.
That's Braden Gruch, man. Big time loss of 2 on the play. Nice job by Gruch.
In pregame, we saw Zach Orban kind of, he's got some talent that we've seen when the ball comes out of his hands. Be excited to see how the freshman operates here.
We anticipate to see a lot of ground and pound action tonight. Both teams predominantly run first offenses, which means that clock's going to be moving pretty much all the time.
Shotgun here. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be Blake Davis on the tackle for the Blue Devils.
That's back-to-back TFLs for Gaylord on those first 2 run plays. Alpena right now struggling to establish an identity inside the tackles. Blue Devil defense really starting to show that they're not messing around tonight.
One thing to let you folks know at home that there are digital down markers here in Alpena. And also, Charles, I don't know if you've seen this yet, at both ends of the end zone, there's a play clock.
Yep, and that play clock is certainly an advent that really helps a lot of these high school teams now, especially the quarterback.
Another shotgun snap here. Going to be a keeper, and he's going to be sacking a fumble. Unable to see, but it's going to be a Blue Devils recovery. Number 44, Caven Cole on the recovery.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to rule that an incomplete pass, it looked like, Christian. It was Keaton. Actually, it is a fumble recovery.
Yeah, he was dropping back to Orban was dropping back to throw there, and I was unable to see who got the forced.
It was
the sack fumble.
It was Keaton Abraham who was in there, and the quarterback threw it underhanded, which is a pitch. It's a fumble. Overhand, it's a pass. And the official was right there to make the call. And the Blue Devils take over with a golden opportunity inside of the Alpena Wildcat 20.
here at Park Family Field in Alpena. Blue Devils get their first possession, and it's in the red zone. I mean, you can't ask for much better position here because with Connor Byram as your kicker, you should be able to walk away with some form of points here. However, that's why we play the game.
Pretty much guaranteed points right now with Byram and special teams.
Pistol look here. That's going to be Vanderveer on the keeper. He's going to have it good enough for the first down. Brought down at, I would say, the 5.
And that's power running right away, Christian. Just, hey, we're going to go out, come out in the pistol, hand it off to Noah Vanderveer, pick up 10.5 yards, and it's going to set up 1st and goal. Gaylord only running one play from offense here and getting all the way down to the Alpena 5.
Last week, Vanderveer was able to put together a good quality set of plays for the Blue Devils that set up for some excellent scoring opportunities for them. Pistol formation once again. Vanderveer's close. However, it's going to be Vanderveer up the middle and in for a touchdown. Blue Devils strike first.
That's a big-time run, and it was all created by that forced turnover. Keaton Ibrahim got into the backfield on that 3rd and 12. Blue Devils picked up the loose ball on the ground, setting up the offense with great position, and then 2 straight Vanderveer carries, and the Blue Devils are on the board 6-0.
Extra point attempt here. That's going to be up and through the uprights. That's Colin Peel on the extra point.
So a little bit different type of field goal unit there. Usually that's a Connor Byram attempt. Maybe he's just not quite feeling himself. That's usually where he would come in to kick that. But Blue Devils strike first and get the point after. So they're up 7-0 here with 9 minutes, 55 seconds left. Christian, let's tell them about our friends at the Gaylord Eye Care Center.
Did the refs not see that, or was it just your eyes playing a trick on you?
It was.
Well, hey, it was an underhand pass. The refs, they got it right for Gaylord.
Yeah, that's true.
But the refs are never wrong. So it's time you come in for a free consultation at the Gaylord Eye Center. With 4 locations, Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, Bel Air. Get back in the game with Gaylord Eye Care Center, a local vision source provider. And you, too, could be a referee.
That's right. You too. We are in desperate need of referees here in the state of Michigan, which is why a lot of games are played on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Peel's kick is away, but that's going to be Herman. He didn't get a good field of it. However,
it's down
by Brady Chapman. Now, when he went to pick up the kickoff, he also downed himself at the 1-yard line. He slid into the recovery, Charles. That's gonna be costly for the Wildcats.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was at the 1-yard line, so you got to pick that one up, field it, and just kind of go. You just kind of got to go for it there, and
Well, if the field position was already rough for the Wildcats last drive, it doesn't get much better here from the own end zone. Zach Orban takes the snap. He's gonna have a handoff to the right. That's going to be – we're going to see where they spot it. It's going to be close to the line of scrimmage. I think the refs are going to give him a couple inches outside of the end zone. Holding on the play. Okay. No.
It looked like it was Caden Sides who made the play.
All right, they're not going to give him the safety. However, they are going to keep the Wildcats on the inch line. Blue Devils got 8 in the box. It's going to be a handoff to the left. It's going to be a safety for the Blue Devils. Another 2 points, and just in the backfield, Charles, there was nowhere to go when the Blue Devils stacked the box like that.
Well, I mean, sheesh, what a start for the Blue Devils. They've been shot out of a cannon here in the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes of this game so far. I mean, they've got it rolling right now, Christian.
Yeah, that 1-yard start was not going to be it for the Wildcats. Blue Devils on the safety. They take a 9-0 lead here in the first 3 minutes of the ball game. This is the best that Gaylord's looked all season so far, and it's not even close. I'm sure this is going to be a welcome feeling for the Blue Devils. However, for the Wildcats, in order for them to keep this close, they're going to need to change the ways on offense rather quickly. Negative play after negative play for the Wildcats. So because it is a safety, the Wildcats are going to boot it deep to the Blue Devils. But it's not going to be a punt. It's going to be just almost the equivalent of a kickoff here, however. But this will put the Blue Devils in excellent field position here as they get set for the free kick. Nothing like getting a 9-0 lead 3 minutes into the game, and you're getting the ball back. You couldn't have asked for a better start. Kick is away. Caught at about the 38-yard line, and it's going to be he's got a seam up the right. That's going to be Isaac Collins. Isaac Collins had a lane to the right, but there's going to be a flag thrown. Isaac Collins was able to get out to about the 25-30-yard line in Alpena territory. However, the flag comes out, and usually that's indicative of a block in the back or holding, and it looked as though it's going to be block in the back, and that's coming back. Well, that's the worst thing to have happened to Gaylord so far, and I'm sure they'll trade it in and they'll be okay as they're taking a 9-0 lead here in the first 3 minutes. As the Blue Devils set up here at the Wildcat 48-yard line. Going to be pistol formation for Simoniak and Vanderveer. Handoff up the middle. And Vanderveer is going to get a gain of 4, but we are going to see another flag come out. This one's not behind the line of scrimmage here as we await the call. It's going to be holding on the offense. It's going to back them up. Holding is a drive killer in the game of football, and it's going to back them up 10 yards. That's 2 back-to-back penalties against the Blue Devils that pushes them back to the 45 in their own territory now. Gaylord in the pistol formation. It's going to be Simoniak rolling to his left. He's looking for some blocks. He's got a seam. Simoniak's got a very big seam. Simoniak's got green grass in front of him. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Simoniak had a lane. He was patient with his blocks. Followed the seam up the left side. Skirted down the sideline. And a touchdown. That's another 6 points for the Blue Devils. And Simoniak was able to show off the Jets there as he outpaced some Wildcats.
That was a thing of beauty right there, Christian, as Simoniak got a nice block from the left side of that offensive line. And once he got to the second level, it was over.
Yeah, there wasn't anyone in front of him. Once he got to that second level, you're right, as the extra point by Peel is good. That's going to be a 16-0 lead with 3.5 minutes to go, or 3.5 minutes in the first quarter. I apologize. But we're going to keep it right here. I'm going to tell you all about Gaylord Seal Coating. If you've grown up in Michigan, you've grown up with cracked roads, parking lot pavement that you can't trust, and potholes the size of linemen. If your driveway, parking lot, or other surface needs an overhaul, check out the pros at Gaylord Seal Coating. Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered.
Well, speaking of having somebody covered, the Gaylord defense has this Alpena Wildcat offense fully covered right now. I mean, 16-0 to start the game. They've got 2 defensive stops, 1 safety, 1 turnover. I mean, things are looking good right now for the boys in white.
You couldn't have asked for a better start for the Blue Devils. Maybe ixnay some flags. However, I'm sure they'll, like I said, trade those flags in for the 16-0 start that they have 3.5 minutes to start this game, as Peel's kick is off, and that ball is going to bounce through the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback for the Wildcats. Charles, for the Wildcats to not let this game get out of hand. They really need to put some offense on the board.
Yeah, they really do. Right now, the Alpena offense has pretty much been muted by this Blue Devil defense, and right now it's gut check time for the Wildcats.
And I was told pregame that Cole Herman was going to be the player to watch for the Wildcats. However, two very quick drives in, I should say. He's yet to touch the ball. I imagine that's going to change here soon. Cole Herman out wide at the bottom of your screen here for the Wildcats, as Orban awaits the snap in the shotgun. He's looking back. He's under pressure. He's going to get hit. That's a sack. As I await to see the number here, that's going to be number 99, Braden Gruch. There was pressure from both sides for Orban, and then up the middle. I mean, it's got to be kind of boggling for the mind there as a freshman going against, Braden Gruch on the defensive line. Second and very long. Orban rolls to his right. He's looking for a man. He fires. He's got an incompletion. That was number 24, Alex Winfield, on the drop. The junior not able to ring that in. It's going to bring up third and a country mile. As the Wildcats get set to take up the third play of their third drive. They've had two quick drives. Third down from their own 18-yard line. 13-yard line, I apologize. Orban back to throw. Rifles it. Incomplete. It looked as though there was two receivers in the area. Cole Herman was one of them, and Aiden Aubie was getting ready to run his corner route, and the ball just nailed him in the shoulder. It looked as though he wasn't ready or the ball was intended for Herman. Either way, that football is going to end up on the turf. And a fourth down situation here for the Wildcats. 7:35 to go in the first quarter. Punt is away. Punt is short. Punt is very short. It's going to get a Wildcat bounce, though. It's going to go about as far as the actual punt was. And Gaylord falls on it down at about the 43, 44-yard line. They look to take over with 7:26 to go in the ball game. Gaylord up 16-0. As the Blue Devils take over on offense here from the 45-yard line. And now one thing I can say that I do actually like is having the play clocks. Having that visual reminder that there is a clock you need to pay attention to is very nice to see. Blue Devils in pistol. It's going to be a handoff to Vanderveer up the middle. Or not, that's not Vanderveer. That's going to be Isaac Collins. Isaac Collins takes the handoff. He's going to get a gain of about 2 with forward progress. Andrew Simoniak on the handoff. And we have a couple of Wildcats that were slow to get up, and more laundry on the field here as we await the call. It's going to be a foul against Gaylord. It was a personal foul. They didn't specify what, but it was a dead ball foul. Personal goes against Gaylord, and it's going to back them up. And a timeout on the far side of the field. But we're gonna keep it right here. I'll tell you about Professional Seamless Gutters. Your home gutters are always there when you need them to be. So is our good friend Orion Beningo. And that's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. Professional Seamless Gutters offers fast and experienced service and real-time quotes. But wait, there's more. They'll actually answer your phone call. That's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407. And tell them Next Level Broadcasting and Charles Strail sent you. It's time to get away to your dream destination. Hey, Winners coming up. Like many, that means flying into Northern Michigan. When you're looking to fly in or out of Northern Michigan this fall, look to fly, then take to the sky with TVC. Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your best gateway to the world, offering services from Allegiant, American, Delta, Sun Country, and United Airlines. Visit tvcairport.com for up-to-the-minute flight schedules and to book your next getaway today. Blue Devils keeping it on the pistol. And Simoniak's got another lane to the left side. He's going to be brought down at about the 37. Dragged down, and Simoniak coming off of what was a great run last drive for a long touchdown for the Blue Devils. He's picking up right where he left off. It's going to bring up second and manageable. Or third and manageable. The down marker hadn't changed yet. Simoniak once again in the pistol. And this time he's going to hand it off to Isaac Collins, who's going to get a couple of yards, maybe enough for the first down. Wildcats push him back. We're going to see where the referees spot it. However, I think they're going to be short of the line to gain, but we will see. I've been wrong before. Yeah, and they are going to measure this. They're going to take a look at it here as the line judge gives the signal and says that is enough for the first down. Give it to him, and that's going to give him a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 35. Blue Devils looking to extend this lead. Andrew Simoniak already with a long touchdown run. Noah Vanderveer on the first touchdown run. Isaac Collins in right now for the Blue Devils as the clock winds. And we're going to have a delay of game on the offense. That's going to back them up just a couple. So ball spotted at the 40-yard line. That backs them up 5. Simoniak looking deep, throws a rainbow, incomplete. Flag comes out. That's going to move it. That's going to be defensive pass interference as the defender was not even looking at the ball. .5:26 to go as we get our scoreboard fixed here. Apologies at home. But Gaylord's going to have a fresh set of downs. They're going to be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. At high school level is not a spot foul, but it is good enough for a fresh set of downs here. As Gaylord looks to come back out here on offense, and this is their 3rd trip deep into Wildcat territory, 5 yards out of the red zone. Simoniak takes the snap, hands it off to Collins. Collins has a lane to the left side. Collins jukes the man, bounces off another defender or a would-be tackler and brought down after getting a fresh set of downs. That's going to take us down to the 5:20 mark here in the first. But the clock will continue to wind as ball is going to be on the 13-yard line, but a timeout Wildcats, and that's going to take us to a timeout as well. We'll be right back. This is Next Level Broadcasting, simulcast of Gaylord Blue Devils at Alpena Wildcats. We'll be right back after this.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting simulcast. Christian Swinsicki, Charles Strail, Tim Swinsicki on the camera, John Strail on the sidelines. Boy, oh boy, has it been a great start for the Blue Devils, Charles. However, the Wildcats looking to answer back on defense, yet they can't stop. They cannot stop the Blue Devils right now. Just a few seconds ago, well, a few plays ago, the Wildcats had a pass interference that gave the Blue Devils a fresh set of downs. Here we go. Blue Devils from the 13-yard line. Vanderveer rolling to his right. Or Simoniak rolling to his right. That's going to be caught for a touchdown. Going to be Colin Peel on the reception as Andrew Simoniak gets another touchdown through the air this time. That's a 13-yard strike while he was rolling to his right. Well-designed play from the Blue Devils, and the Blue Devils haven't looked this good on offense all season. However, they're up 22-0. And it's going to be Peel's kick is good. It's up, and it's going to be a 23-0 game here. Blue Devils having a great start. .509 to go here in the first. And the Blue Devils looking to kick it off for the fourth time this game. They get it at the half. And the Wildcats looking to just put up any kind of points here on homecoming night. Looking to get out of their own side of the field. They haven't broken much further past the 30, as it's going to be fielded by number 11 for the Wildcats, Joseph Cummings. He's going to get out to about the 30. This might be the Wildcats' best starting position here. Well, Wildcats take over here with 5:03 left to go in the first quarter, looking to put some points on the board. Looking to get any kind of momentum going on offense. They have had negative play, and another negative play on top of it. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, looking to get any kind of momentum going. Wildcats. And Orban in shotgun. Flank to his right. He's looking to throw. Fires. That's going to be to Joseph Cummings. Is going to be incomplete. Joseph Cummings laid out for it. However, he's going to remain down, and he's going to get helped up by a Blue Devil. Good sportsmanship there, but he is walking up, and he is good. Caven Cole was the man. Or not Caven Cole. That's going to be Aiden Aubie that was flanking Alpena. Or flanking Orban. Orban now flanked by Colt Walter, the fullback. 4 receivers. But Gaylord brings a blitz. It's going to be sacked by number 53, Samuel Mackey, or Keaton Abraham. Sorry, I apologize. Orban had no time. 5-man rush. Blue Devils brought the pressure, and Orban had no time. And this is the thing that I think Alpena is going to struggle with a freshman quarterback, is teams are going to bring the pressure, and he's going to have to learn under fire. Zach Orban sacked, I believe, for the 4th time this evening. That time was Keaton Abraham. Braden Grutch with a couple already earlier. Orban, 3rd and a mile. Looking, fires to his right. It's going to be wide of the mark. It's going to fall incomplete. Cole Herman, the intended receiver. That's going to bring up 4th and 21.
Well, I hate to tell you, Christian, but it doesn't look like this Alpena Wildcat offense is going to be able to muster up much right now. And the Blue Devil defense is just shutting off the air.
Well, so the record isn't indicative of what Gaylord's defense has been all season, right? Where we've seen consistent defensive play from the Blue Devils. It's just the offense needed to get the wheels spinning here. As Alpena has a high punt, that's going to hit the turf at about the 38 and take a Wildcat bounce, but it's going to be scooped up by Isaac Collins at the 50. Isaac Collins has a lane. Isaac Collins has blockers on the left side. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
There are flags at the Alpena 24-yard line, 2 of them, and I think it was right where Collins made that cutback, Christian, and it might be coming back.
That's going to be the second big punt that Isaac Collins has had come back if these flags stand true on the Blue Devils here. Isaac Collins, wow, what a play. Usually when those balls hit the turf and they go right by you see the return man just kind of wave it by. This time Collins picked it up and would have had enough blockers to get to the end zone. However, it looks as though that is going to come back.
But nonetheless, a great start to the game for the Blue Devils here as we've played officially 24 minutes of football. I mean, 23-0. Blue Devils already scoring more points here in this half than they've done all season long, so this is exactly what the Blue Devils needed as a get-right game, and this team has come out possessed.
And that they have. I know you mentioned that we've been playing 24 minutes of football here. 4 minutes to go left in this first quarter. If it keeps up like this, boy, oh boy, are we going to see a running clock in the second. As the Blue Devils look to put more points on the board here. Setting up shot from Wildcat 39. Simoniak back in pistol once again. This time, Vanderveer is going to be behind him. Vanderveer brought down after a gain of about 6.
That was a nice little run from the Blue Devils there. Got a nice block from the right side of the offensive line there as well, Christian. Got to give those big guys some credit when they're doing some work, and they're certainly doing some work, almost reestablishing the line of scrimmage here in this game. You watch this offensive line on this play if they run it. They're getting a good 2-3 yards of push.
And you can't just give all the credit to the right side. I think the left side being able to open up holes and seams. We saw Simoniak's big touchdown run go on along the left side. But this time, Simoniak's in pistol. Vanderveer close behind him. It's going to be a fake, and Simoniak throws a little pitch to number 16. That's going to be Grayson Glazer.
Woo, man, this Blue Devil offense is humming right now, Christian.
For another first down here, and like I said earlier, this is the best the Blue Devil offense has looked all year. This is the best the defense has looked all year. You know, it's never too late to get the ship right.
Yeah.
And even if, you know, you look at the record and you say, you know, what are we playing for going into the rest of the year? Well, there's going to be a lot of important reps for the younger guys here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, you can't undersell that or oversell that enough.
These are important reps for Simoniak as he's going to do the jet sweep. That's going to be to number 40 along the right side. Leno Wolf, he's going to get just a couple of yards on the jet sweep.
Yeah, Wolf ran a long way there just for about a marginal pickup on the play, but it looks like Landon's going to be hobbling off as he's coming out after he got brought down, and he's favoring that left arm. So it looks like the Blue Devils will have to make some substitutions there. Wolf going off to the sidelines after that 2-yard run on first down.
Aiden Sherbert comes in, or Sherbert.
Want to remind everyone that we will have the Twin Bay Docks halftime show. Also the American Liner third quarter after halftime and as we begin the second half between Blue Devils and Wildcats.
Well, Simoniak's going to do the keeper, and he's going to run to his right, and Simoniak is going to have enough for a touchdown. I was getting ready to say the halftime's going to have to wait for Simoniak's big touchdown and the second quarter because we're not even through the first.
Man, he made the right read there, Christian. They were optioning the defensive end, And there was a huge, huge running lane there for Simoniak to put that one in for another 6.
29-0 right now with a $1:50 to go in the first quarter. Blue Devils have a man coming on last second looking to make it 30-0, and that is exactly what they'll do. And what a start for the Blue Devils right now. We are going to take a break. This is Next Level Broadcasting simulcast of the Gaylord Blue Devils at Alpena Wildcats in Alpena. We'll be right back.
This game is sponsored by Twin Bay Docks, American Liner Systems, Traverse City Cherry Capital TVC Airport, Gaylord Seal Coating, Collar Clinic, Jimmy John's, Professional Seamless Gutters, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. Thank you for watching today's game.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com.
And here we are, welcome back in. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to go in the half. Blue Devils up 30-0. No, that is not a typo. They've put 30 points on the board here, still in the first quarter. I mean, the Blue Devils are coming out here and just dominating this ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a total team effort. Defense, offense, special teams have had a couple penalties that have limited their progress so far, but the offense has been continuing to put points up on the board as the defense has forced many, I believe 2 3-and-outs and 2 turnovers. This one's going to be returned by Alpena. That's Cole Herman. He's cutting him back across the grain. Eventually brought down. Nice play made by Maddox Miller. And Miller able to seal it off there on the far side. Number 32 in white put the shoulder down, and he laid out Herman. And it was a nice play made. Want to remind everyone, even though we're still in the first quarter, we'll have the Twin Bay Docks and American Liner Systems halftime show coming up, where we'll kind of go over and recap what's been going on here so far. Only 1 quarter into the game, Blue Devils up 30-0. Here's the snap now for Alpena. They'll come out in shotgun formation. Orban's going to roll to his right, and he's got an incomplete pass. So it'll be a 2nd and 10 now, as Alpena wasn't able to complete that pass.
Wildcats looking to get their offense back on track here. 2nd and 10 after no gain on first down there. Orban back in shotgun, but there is going to be a whistle here and a timeout taken by the Alpena Wildcats. With a timeout taken, we are going to stay right here. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, American Liner Systems have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance paths, and so much more. To keep our fresh water clean and our forest green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200. That's 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Well, Christian, the Blue Devil defense has been protecting the field here this evening, as we have a tie-in to American Liner Systems protecting your field. They can do just that, but the Blue Devil defense right now protecting their territory. I don't think Alpena has more than 20 yards in that offense so far in this game. Blue Devils are really, like I said earlier, cutting off the air to this Wildcat offense.
Protecting the territory. No, they've more like claimed Alpena as their second home here in the first quarter. Minute 37 to go. Wildcats take the snap from shotgun. It's going to be a bubble screen to the left and a big hit. Oh, man. That's going to be Caven Cole on the tackle. Oh, my.
Laying the lumber.
Cole Herman just got upended.
Yeah, man. You look at that tackle by Caven Cole. He came in there, and he had bad intentions.
He came in and played through the whistle with that tackle.
And that's exactly what you got to do. I mean, the Blue Devils in this first quarter so far have set the tone, and that was a continuation of the tone that they've set here by that tackle by Caven Cole.
Wildcats look to get their offense going. That is a 1-yard gain. Orban looks to throw, fires right, interception. That's going to be number 6, Lucas Green on the interception.
And Green's down at the 20, and that's a big-time play by this Gaylord Blue Devil defense. That's the second turnover they've forced so far in this game.
You know, I was thinking, Charles, we haven't seen a whole lot of offense out of the Wildcats. We haven't seen a whole lot of offense out of the Blue Devils on their own side of the field. They have been living on just the Wildcat side of the 100 yards.
Yeah, that's right. The Blue Devils haven't taken a snap within their own territory here tonight, and that is a tribute to their dominance so far through 11 minutes and 17 seconds of play. That's right. We're not even into the second quarter, and it's already 30-0. Blue Devils with a tremendous job executing their game plan here, both offensively and defensively.
Blue Devils hurry to the line, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as there's going to have to be a timeout taken. No, they're going to have it be a delay of game. Back them up 5 yards here. It's very different when you have the play clocks in front of you.
Right, whereas you're not looking at the back judge for the signal. You just got to look over in the corners.
Simoniak's in pistol once again, pitches to a left. That's going to be to Isaac Collins, and Isaac Collins is going to get wrestled down after a gain of just a couple, get closer to the original line of scrimmage here. And
yeah, I mean,
they're going to have about they don't have to take another play here to end this first quarter, but they can if they want to.
I don't think they're going to snap this one. Looks like the team's heading over to get some positive coaching from head coach DJ Simoniak right now. Got to like the outcome as they're up 30-0 after one quarter here in Alpena, as the Blue Devils have come out swinging, Christian.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this first quarter wrapping up, Blue Devils take a commanding 30-0 lead after one. This is Next Level Broadcasting simulcast of Gaylord Blue Devils versus the Alpena Wildcats on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and on YouTube. We'll be right back after this.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in Northern Michigan for over 35 years.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer.
And we are back with Next Level Broadcasting simulcast of Gaylord Blue Devils versus the Alpena Wildcats. Simoniak hands it off to Collins up the middle. He jukes a man, bounces off of another. Good enough for a gain of about 7 to 8 yards here. Going to be short of the first down. Isaac Collins, a great effort as we flip sides here in the second. A commanding lead for the Blue Devils. A start that they couldn't have dreamed of any better. Third and short. And it's going to be a handoff to Vanderveer, and he's going to have enough for the first down. He's going to push the pile forward to about the 5. It's going to be first and goal. Blue Devils looking to set up more points, and the running clock starts at 48-0
in the first half. Yeah,
in the first half, as I've been told. Key sources have told me these things. Right now, Vanderveer comes out. And that's going to be Collins in the backfield. He takes the handoff, and he's going to surge forward for a touchdown. Isaac Collins, his second.
Yeah, working right behind center guard, and the Blue Devils punch it in right up the middle. That's been the combination here. Lean on those big offensive linemen, let the backs read the blocks, make one cut, and then find their way into the end zone.
This is the second touchdown for Collins. The first one was a receiving. This one on the ground. Peel's kick is coming up. However, we are going to have a flag come out. And there have been plenty of flags here. Another dead ball call, but this time is going to go on the defense. And it's going to push the offense a smidge closer to the offensive line. Colin Peel hasn't needed the help on these extra point attempts. However, I'm sure he wouldn't say no to an extra few inches of leeway here. Snap is down. Hold is good. And so is the kick. 37-0 here. 10:58 to go in the first half. This is Next Level Broadcasting. Simulcast of Gaylord football at Alpena. We'll be right back.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Attention all water lovers, Twin Bay Docks is Northern Michigan's gold standard for your lakeside access. Trusted by consumers and distributors alike, featuring a superior patented vinyl design, Twin Bay Docks makes living life out on the water easy. Visit twinbaydocksproduction.com to find out more. Gaylord set to kick it off. They have a 37-0 lead, and that is with 11 minutes to go in the first half. A beautiful start for the Blue Devils, offensively, defensively. This is Byram on the kick. This is our first time seeing him. He kicks it high and lands at about the 15, fielded by number 11. That's going to be Brady Chapman, and he's going to be brought down. He's going to get hit big time along the sidelines there as a host of Blue Devils come to greet him ever so nicely, I imagine, on the far side.
Yeah, there's been some pads popping here tonight, Christian. A lot of those
pads. There's a down player over there. He's very down.
Yeah.
I can't get a clear sight of who that is.
Well, I mean, so far this game has gone almost perfect for the Blue Devils outside of this unfortunate injury right now, and we've got a timeout taken. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout as well. We'll step aside with 10 minutes, 51 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This is high school football simulcast live on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and Next Level Broadcasting Plus on YouTube. We'll be back after these messages.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in northern Michigan.
And Wildcats look to take the snap here, and it's going to be a handoff, or it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the left side. That's going to be Orban keeping it, and he's going to get a gain of about 8. The downed Wildcat injured was Brady Chapman, the return man. He was able to walk off on his own power and across the field. A good sign, Charles, as you really don't want to see at any level injuries like that happen, especially at the high school level because they are so young. However, I mean, it happens in the game.
Injuries are a part of football as they are a part of any contact sport. And, well, right now, the Blue Devils, well, I should say, I thought it was an injured Blue Devil on the play. It ended up being Chapman. And add a little insult to injury for the Alpena Wildcats, losing a skill position player like that, having to help him off the court. We hope that Chapman is okay, as, like I said, they had to help him off the far sideline after he returned that kickoff. Hope he's able to come back into the game and continue playing this game on their homecoming night here in Alpena.
And a timeout taken by the Wildcats, but we're going to keep it here. If you're someone who is looking to get back in the hunt this fall but need a solution of keeping track of your hunting dog, then Collar Clinic is just for you. Providing hunters peace of mind through offering the widest selections of collars for your canine companions so you can spend more time hunting with your dog instead of looking for them. Visit collarclinic.com or call 800-430-2010 to learn how they can help you or a friend. That's Collar Clinic, the GPS and e-collar specialist since 1988. Wildcats, shotgun snap here for Orban. He's going to hand it off to the running back. It's going to be no gain here as another Wildcat is down. And he's going to stay down. This is back-to-back unfortunate instances for the Wildcats as they're going to take
another timeout. This is starting to get a little concerning as they've lost 2 key players, presumably on back-to-back plays, Christian. Unsure who the downed Wildcat running back is, but, let's go back to our friends at Collar Clinic and just spread a little bit more word about them, because right now, if you're a certain age, bow season just started, and if you're out in the woods right now and you might need to bring your dog with you, you can keep track of your dog, but even going into bird season, if you got a bird dog, go to Collar Clinic, get yourself a GPS e-collar for that hunting dog of yours, and Collar Clinic is certainly able to make that happen.
The down Wildcat was Caven Cole, not Caven Cole, I apologize. Aiden Aubie, that's the second time I've done that. Aiden Aubie was the downed Wildcat, able to walk off on his own power. That's good. You love to see that. Clock winds as Wildcats look to make some moves here on 3rd and 3. Low snap for Orban. He's running for his life to the left or to his right. It's going to be incomplete, just high and out of the receiver's grasp. And that's going to bring up 4th and 3.
Yeah, he was looking for Alex Winfield there on a little out route, and Orban put it on him. Winfield just wasn't able to squeeze it.
Decision here for the Wildcats. I mean, you're down 37-0 at this point. What have you got to lose? That's my mindset. As the Wildcats get ready for the punt. And good news is Aiden Aubie comes back out. He was just injured a few plays ago. However, he's back out there. And it's going to be a Wildcat punt, low punt. And it's going to get out to about the Blue Devil 51. We may see Blue Devil action in their own territory for once.
Yeah, well, while we have an opportunity to do so here on Next Level Broadcasting, we're going to do our Around Next Level segment here as we update the scores right now on nextlevelbroadcasting.net. If you're watching the live streams of some of our other coverage games tonight, we're going to update for those like in this area or Alpena County. Your near neighbor Sheboygan is losing to Traverse City St. Francis 28-0 as the Gladiators look to stay with only 1 loss on the season. And here the Blue Devils up 37-0 as they hand this one off.
Yeah, he's going to have a block on the left side. That's going to be number 40, Landon Wolf, on the jet sweep there. Andrew Simoniak giving off the sweep to Wolf. Wolf had a couple of key blocks and just patiently waited behind there as a hole opened up, and he found a seam up the left side.
You know, we talked about that in our Jimmy John's pregame show here before this game, Christian, how the Gaylord running backs were starting to be more patient and set up those blocks. Wolf did a really good job there of not pressing that.
There was a flag out there in the field that's going to back up the Blue Devils.
Oh, man. That was a really nice play, too.
I know you were getting ready to gas it up, I saw.
And the thing is, when the flag comes out, it's usually why Wolf had such a big running lane.
Yeah, and that's kind of been a theme right now for the Blue Devils to start this first half off, is every time they have a big play, it seems to come back on a hold. If they could clean that up, this score would be a lot bigger than 37-0 right now. However, Simoniak in pistol awaits the snap, and he's going to look to throw. Simoniak rolling to his left, looking to his left, throws it. He's got number 16. That's going to be Grayson Glazer, who's going to get down at about the 11-yard line. He was wide open, and he couldn't get any more open than that.
Yeah, give him 40 yards on the pitch and catch from the Gaylord 49 all the way down to the Wildcat 11, Christian. That was a really nice play. And a good job by Simoniak extending the play in the pocket, buying some time, and then finding the open Glazer, who had slipped behind the Wildcat defense.
And you're right, Charles. Simoniak had an excellent read while he was moving to his left. 1st and 10. The Blue Devils have enough room to get a first down here. However, it's going to be a loss of about 7 yards. That was an excellent tackle there from the Wildcats. That's Preston Schult on the tackle, or the tackle for loss. And that's the first time we've seen the Wildcats provide any bit of spark on either offense or defense, really.
Yeah, it's a 7-yard tackle for loss right there. Blue Devils having one of their first negative plays of the game so far. And they'll look to make up for it here. I would imagine that they'll probably run this one up the middle, follow those offensive linemen that have been working so hard tonight.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Simoniak hands off to number 7. That's going to be Aiden Sherbert. He hands it off, and Sherbert went up the left side, dances up the right side. He's going to be at the first down marker. Got all of that penalty yardage and then some back. However, just short of the first down.
I mean,
well, we'll see where they mark it. It looks like they could give him the first down.
But there is a flag down as well, Christian. Flag down at the Wildcat 13, and it's a hold. Yep. So the Blue Devils pushing themselves back once again.
They can't keep themselves out of their own hairs with these flags. What that term means they can't stay out of trouble.
Yep. Well, so far in this game, they've done a pretty good job of staying out of trouble. They're up 37-0.
I mean flag-wise,
Sure,
these big plays. Yeah, these big plays. You'd like to see these big plays. You cap off with some yards. However, they keep coming back with flags. 2nd and what is going to be, Jesus, that's the next county over.
Yeah, they got to get to Presque Isle County from where the ball's at right now for a first down.
Here we go. Simoniak drops the snap. Simoniak looks to keep it, and he's going to try and run to his left. Another flag comes out. That's going to be a face mask, and Charles, that's going to be an automatic first down if that stays as a face mask.
Yeah, so the face mask came out right there as Simoniak was being tackled. And it should give the Blue Devils 15 yards.
A face mask being a personal foul, though.
Right. We'll check as we have a nice PA system here in Alpena as the officials are mic'd up. It's a face mask. It'll give the Blue Devils 15 yards, but it will not give them a first down.
MHSAA rules.
As it's a 5-yard face mask because it was there's 2 different face masks. It was an unintentional face mask, so it's only a 5-yard foul.
Simoniak Hands it off. That's going to be
Sherbert.
to Sherbert again. Sherbert dancing to his left with a couple of jagged cuts. Gets wrestled down from a host of Wildcats. Good enough to get back to maybe the original line of scrimmage from many a play ago.
And it looks like a couple Wildcats are slow to get up there. Hey, that was a really nice job, sportsmanship there. Keaton Ibrahim just helped up one of the Alpena Wildcats off the deck. He helped up and then went back to the huddle. Blue Devils now at the original line of scrimmage where they had this initial set of downs at. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 10.
Sherbert next to Simoniak. Simoniak rolling behind Sherbert. Simoniak going to take it himself. He's going to get into the touchdown. Blue Devils.
Simoniak in for 10 yards on 3rd and, well, it was 3rd and 10, but he scored for an 11-yard touchdown run, and the Blue Devils continuing to pour it on here. It's now 43-0 as Andrew Simoniak scores. And I like the design of that play. He had a personal blocker out with Aiden Sherbert. The right side of the offensive line did a great job of keeping him free out there as he was rolling out.
Beal's extra point is.
Got to give credit to the right side of that offensive line. That's Zach Cowper and Keaton Ibrahim playing right guard and right tackle respectively, sealing that edge and allowing Simoniak and Sherbert the ability to have a clean line of sight as they were extending and rolling out the pocket there. And then Simoniak just did the smart thing, tucked it, made one person miss, and got in.
Well, Simoniak, when he didn't have his man, he was athletic enough to juke his way into the end zone and keep possession of the ball. The Blue Devils, they have a lot of good luck when they're rolling out to that right side.
Well, it's nice when you get your quarterback on the run, a right-handed quarterback rolling to his strong hand. You really give yourself a multifaceted form of attack. You can either throw it, run it, and what we haven't seen him do is roll the quarterback out and then run a reverse from a receiver going in the opposite direction. That's always a wrinkle that you can add to that sprint option look.
Connor Byram getting ready for the kickoff. Connor Byram's been taking over kickoff duties from Colin Peel these last few attempts. However, Byram hasn't made an extra point attempt yet. Maybe just easing him back into the lineup here.
I think that's a smart approach.
Byram's kick is up. And it's going to be fielded at about the 4-yard line. Wildcats. That's going to be Cummins again, and Cummins going to get hit again hard.
Maddox Miller once again laying the lumber, coming down the field and making that special team stop.
Brady Chapman, I apologize. Brady Chapman once again. You like to see him out there, especially after the last kickoff attempt. He got laid out on the far side of the field and was down for a couple of minutes. Brady Chapman back in, able to field that one. Just not maybe what they were looking for as the Wildcats look to push the offense again. Orban back in shotgun. Looks to his left. Going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's number 48, Brody Summerland. And Orban's down. Now, on the roster sheet here, I'm not seeing a backup quarterback. So, Orban's going to stay down. And with him staying down, we are going to take a timeout here. This is Next Level Broadcasting simulcast of Friday Night Lights on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and Next Level Broadcasting Plus on YouTube. We'll be right back after this.
Today's game is sponsored by Twin Bay Docks, American Liner Systems, Traverse City Cherry Capital TVC Airport, Gaylord Seal Coating, Collar Clinic, Jimmy John's, Professional Seamless Gutters, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. Thank you for watching today's game.
At American Liner Systems, they have three main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our freshwater clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Just that earlier. Gaylord fans, travel well here in Alpena as we welcome you back. The down player is Zach Orban. He is sitting up, though, getting care from the athletic staff, and he's getting helped up, and you like to see that as we get a warming welcome here from the Alpena crowd on homecoming night. I'm sure they would like to see the tables turn a little bit on the scoreboard here. As mentioned earlier, on the roster sheet, we don't have a backup quarterback listed for the Wildcats, so it'll be interesting to do. Maybe we're going to see some Wildcat from the Wildcats.
I like what you did there. You were thinking of that one on the drive up, weren't you?
No, I actually that one came to me when I look down and I see 3 running backs in the backfield, and I'm curious what they're going to do. It's going to be a keeper to the right. That's going to be Cole Herman. Takes the snap, the direct snap. He's going to get hit hard. Going to be brought down by Luke Robadiak.
Got a new quarterback in for Alpena. Once again, this is Cole Herman.
And that's one of the players that we were told to keep an eye out for. Usually your athlete is going to be the player with the ball in his hands the most, and maybe that's kind of what we're getting as a bit of foreshadowing here, is maybe Cole Herman is the athlete of the bunch. Back in shotgun, flanked on both sides from a running back. Herman rolls to his left, looks to throw, fires it deep. He's got an incompletion. Intended receiver was going to be number 32, Carter Kaprowski, but we have a flag coming out.
Yeah, great position there by Maddox Miller playing that safety position. He was out there and he was interfered with. If that flag isn't thrown, Miller's got an easy interception. So this will be against the Alpena Wildcats here.
And that is exactly what the referees announced. Good eyes there, Charles, as that's going to bring up 3rd and forever. 3rd and 19. As Wildcats getting ready to set up this long 3rd down play. Not a whole lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 19 with your backup quarterback. However, Cole Herman, that last throw, Charles, it showed off that he has a little bit of an arm able to get that. That was about 30 yards down the field.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not in the position that they want to be in here, backed up in their own territory. 4th and 19, punting. Blue Devils looking to extend this lead, potentially make it a running clock here before halftime.
High snap for the punter, but punts away. It's going to be a short punt. It's not going to get a Wildcat bounce. It's going to get a Blue Devil bounce, and that's going to get fielded at the 27-yard line. Not a good punt. Great starting field position for the Blue Devils as they, like Charles said, look to push this into running clock time. Well, running clock scores.
Yeah, I want to remind everyone coming up at halftime, we'll have the Twin Bay Docks and American Liner Systems halftime show. We'll break down a lot of this first half explosion offensively by the Gaylord Blue Devils and talk about that, and then we'll talk about Gaylord's game next week as they'll be home taking.
That's going to be a shovel pass to the man in motion.
That was Grayson Glazer bringing that one in the shovel pass there, Christian. And once again, before I kind of stopped my train of thought there, next week the Blue Devils will be home versus Escanaba. That game will be on Saturday.
I think also, Charles, I do want to mention, I believe I saw a change in at quarterback for Gaylord. And that was Ethan Kent that delivered the shovel pass.
You're right. The Blue Devils have made a little change there as Kent's now calling the shots.
Kent hands it off. That's going to be to Sherbert up the middle. Sherbert's going to have enough for the first down. He's going to get into further Wildcat territory down at about the 10-yard line. That's where the referees will spot it.
Woo, that was a big-time collision there. Sherbert to go along with Alex Winfield. Huge collision as Winfield, Sherbert, and then the one of the linebackers for Alpena. I think it was, I don't know, man, I want to say 55, Owen Barnhart with a huge collision there on Sherbert.
Kent back in pistol. We've seen a lot of pistols so far. Jet sweep to Landon Wolf. Landon Wolf's going to have a cut, and Landon Wolf's going to break the plane, and that's going to be another 6 put up for the Blue Devils as homecoming night is going south.
Yeah, that's right. Blue Devils have come into Wildcat homecoming and turned out the lights, told the DJ to go home. No dance tonight. The Blue Devils are popping their collars right now at this Park Family Field from Alpena, and that was a great cut made by Wolf. He had a man in the backfield he had to avoid and made one cut and got in.
Peel's extra point attempt is up, and it is good. Right down the middle. Peel is yet to miss on those extra point attempts as Gaylord takes a 51-0 lead. This is very familiar if you look at past box scores for Alpena. Alpena looking to get any kind of offense still. I mean, I feel like I sound like a broken record at this point.
Well, you do sound like a broken record,
Thanks.
but everybody tuning in is really enjoying, obviously, tuning in from Gaylord or tuning in from wherever. You got to be liking this offensive explosion from the Gaylord Blue Devils tonight. 51 points in the first half, still 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in this first half. There's a lot more room for more points here as we will see some more of the second-string players start to trickle in for the Blue Devils. And, well, now they're getting their crack at putting some stats in their stat sheet for their season totals. So
we've already seen that with Ethan Kent coming in at backup for the Blue Devils. I imagine if you're Alpena also, you're going to probably keep Zach Orban out. He was down for a while there. I mean, it's a tough position to be in, especially when you're in charge of high school age kids here, as they want to get out there and they want to play as well. But if you're Alpena, keep with the game plan. Maybe look to just put some positivity up on the board.
Yeah.
Byram's kick is away. That's going to be fielded by Chapman. Chapman's going to go across the 20. Looked as though there's going to be a face mask, and I see a handful of flags come out.
Yeah, they're going to get a horse collar called against Luke Rabayadek, and he got a lot of jersey there, and when you get jersey in behind the shoulder pad, they're always going to call that one as a horse collar. It's a player defense, or player safety rule that was put in maybe 15 years ago. It actually stemmed from the NFL. NFL wide receiver Terrell Owens was pulled down from back behind the shoulder pads and broke his leg, and that's where that horse collar tackle penalty originated from.
Hold on.
Little trivia. We do have a running clock now, as the Blue Devils have exceeded the 48-point threshold for a running clock in the first half.
Herman running back on both sides. Blue Devils, a little jumpy there. We're going to have a flag come out, and that's going to move the Wildcats up 5 yards.
Yeah, they'll put the ball at the Wildcat 43 there after that 5 free yards from the Blue Devils on that encroachment penalty.
Wildcats getting ready here. Blue Devils bringing pressure. Herman looks to his left, throws it across the middle. He's got a man complete. That's going to be to number 24, Alex Winfield. That's going to be a Wildcat first down, something we haven't said a lot of this evening, as the Wildcats are, for the first time, in Blue Devil territory.
It certainly looked like a broken play off the jump as Cole Herman, he faked to the left, but his two running backs went to the right. Herman just had to make a play, and he found Winfield over the middle. He was throwing back across his body.
Yeah, that's not a throw you want to make if you're a
doing a lot of things they teach you not to do, but nonetheless completing the pass. Good for those two student-athletes there to hook up for the first down.
Herman fakes the handoff, looking deep, looks left. He's got a man. He's got number 11. That's Brady Chapman on the reception. Wildcats driving. They're in the red zone. Chapman with a great 50-50 ball and just high-pointed it out of the air.
Yeah, Chapman had to fight through a lot of contact on that reception, Christian. Had two Blue Devil defenders right in on him as he brought that ball down. Good concentration by him, and also a good job of Herman putting that ball in a position where it was Chapman's ball or no one's ball.
Wildcats rolling here. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Herman's rolling right. He throws towards the end zone. He's got a man, but he just didn't turn around. That man was Carter Kaprowski. And Kaprowski, if he got his head around, I think he could have been able to maybe put some hands on the ball.
Yeah, that one was thrown to the inside shoulder. Kaprowski was looking to the outside shoulder as he was kind of running a little seam route. And just a miscommunication there between Kaprowski and Herman. And the Wildcats weren't able to connect on that one. But this Wildcat offense has kind of come to life here so far on this possession. Herman and his wide receiving core making some plays.
Herman flanked on both sides once again. He's rolling to his left, drops back, fires into the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. That was good. That's Mason Salisbury on the coverage. He almost came up with the interception. Salisbury, great effort there.
It was Brady Chapman on the intended target, I should say, and Salisbury just broke on that one late. And if he doesn't break late, he's probably got a pick six, Christian, because there was nobody behind or in front of him if he was able to seal that interception. But nonetheless, a great defensive play by Salisbury.
3rd and 10. Wildcats got to get to their Blue Devil 5 for a fresh set of downs. A minute and 15 to go in this first half. Herman throws, intercepted. That's Salisbury this time. Salisbury's got a couple of lanes. He's juking Wildcats. He's down at the 31.
Man, well, he made up for not catching the first one. This one thrown right back at him, and he squeezed it, caught it with the body, made sure he caught it, and then returned it out to the Blue Devil 30. And, man, Salisbury making the most of his opportunity here in Alpena.
Yeah, and Herman, when he was rolling to his left there, he did have a man. I think he just missed the mark, and Salisbury was able to pick it up and take it back to the 30-yard line as the Blue Devils knee it out to get us to the half. And that's going to take us to the half as well as we get ready for the Twin Bay Docks halftime show. Stick around because Next Level Broadcasting is going to break down first half coverage of the Gaylord Blue Devils 51-0 lead over the Alpena Wildcats. This is Next Level Broadcasting simulcast on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and Next Level Broadcasting Plus on YouTube. We'll be right back for the Twin Bay Docks halftime show. The American Liner halftime show.
At American Liner Systems, they have three main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our freshwater clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Today's game is sponsored by Twin Bay Docks, American Liner Systems, Traverse City Cherry Capital TVC Airport, Gaylord Seal Coating, Collar Clinic, Jimmy John's, Professional Seamless Gutters, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. Thank you for watching today's game.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
Know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord. We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in northern Michigan for over 35 years.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord. We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, bark collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in Northern Michigan for over 35 years.
And welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting simulcast on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and Next Level Broadcasting Plus. This is the American Liner Systems and Twin Bay Docks halftime show. And right now in the booth with me is Charles Strail. This is Christian Swinsicki. Gaylord up 51-0 at the half here on homecoming night in Alpena. And boy, oh boy, Charles, has Gaylord been playing spoiler big time.
Yeah, that's right. They've turned off the lights, told the DJ to go home, unplugged all of their DJ equipment, said no homecoming celebration tonight, Alpena. It's Gaylord football in town. We're taking over. It's 51-0 at halftime. Blue Devils doing a great job of controlling just about every single part of the football game so far to this point. And spearheading the way, I just want to give a shout-out to the Blue Devil offensive line. They've given Andrew Simoniak a ton of time back there in the pocket and also allowing the Blue Devil running game to really get this one, well, I shouldn't say just the running game, because the Blue Devils on all stages and phases of this game so far have been dominating. It all started on that first defensive possession where they forced a fumble, recovered it inside the Alpena 20-yard line, punched it in for 6. That was Vanderveer who scored that opening touchdown. And then since the Blue Devils have just been continuing to pour it on, Wolf getting into the act, Simoniak with 4 total touchdowns, and the Blue Devils just
Isaac Collins, you can sprinkle his name in there. Yeah. Vanderveer came back again for another touchdown later. It's been a plethora all around for all of the Blue Devils on offense and on defense as well. We can't just scoff at what they've been able to do defensively. Braden Gruch, also Zach Cowper, and obviously. Brody Summerlin also you could be in there. Brody Summerlin is someone that we don't get to mention their name a lot, but he's been able to come in and make a couple of plays. He had a big sack, but that sack was the one that took Orban out the game.
Yeah.
And brought in Cole Herman for quarterback for Alpena. And I mean, to pivot towards Alpena, Charles, we've seen a lot of injuries on their side of the field as their band is doing a mighty fine job here on homecoming night.
Well, that's why, they give their band 20 minutes here, and you can see why. I mean, their band is showing out, but as we get back to football, Alpena has been taking a licking. I mean, they will be 100% licking their wounds tonight after this game between them and the Blue Devils. The Wildcats are on their second-string quarterback, and they've gone through a litany of other running backs in this game. I think right now the Blue Devils need to just get out of this game healthy. Next week they'll be home taking on Escanaba Saturday. You want to go in there with the full or as healthy of a roster as possible. So for Gaylord, you build a lot of confidence here. See if that confidence can transfer over into next week's game versus Escanaba. They beat Escanaba last year, so Escanaba obviously will be looking for revenge, but can the Blue Devils keep this winning streak alive? I like what I've seen here in the first half against Alpena Christian. They've been doing a lot of really good things. The only thing that I'd say that the Blue Devils need to get better at here in this first half, they've still had those penalties.
Those penalties have been killer and on chunk plays as well. I mean, I shouldn't say killer because they're up 51-0. But if you want to have the perfect, well-rounded game, you wipe away those penalties and they'll be right up there because it's been on every chunk play. The punt returns, Collins, he had an amazing punt return that was called back. He had another one that was a big gain, also called back. Simoniak had a heck of a play later at the later stages of, or not Simoniak, Ethan Kent gave a heck of a handoff down to
Wolf.
Wolf, that's right. That was a touchdown run that ended up coming back, and they just can't seem to shake these flags, but it hasn't been enough to hurt him or hamper him on offense because the scoreboard would tell you something different.
Yeah, well, the scoreboard right now is telling you that they played a pretty flawless first half, but I know that head coach DJ Simoniak's in the halftime locker room right now talking to the guys saying, hey, we're up 51-0, but I want to see how we can perform here in the second half. He's probably looking at the second half as a completely different game, seeing how his team responds. Do they come out lackadaisical, or do they come out with the same type of energy and intensity that they showed in the first half of this game? So, Christian, I think this second half will tell us a lot about the character of this Blue Devil team.
Well, not only just the Blue Devils, and if you look on the flip side, I mean, we can start right now. We're not even halfway through halftime, and I'm already looking down here on the sideline for the Wildcats, and I see Cole Herman and Brady Chapman down here playing pitch and catch, trying to maybe get that timing down or get some repertoire, get some reps in to maybe see if they can provide a spark. But they're the only two players with pads and cleats on out here on the field right now as they look to maybe turn it around here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to need a spark. They're going to need a thunderbolt. I mean, the Blue Devils have just dominated every facet of the game so far in the first half. I mean, you could have Thor land at midfield, and I don't know if that would turn it around. But you got to give credit to this Alpena Wildcat team coming out here and competing on their homecoming night. The Blue Devils, I think, just got a little bit too much in the tank for this Wildcat bunch. And, well, we knew coming in that both these teams were looking for a win. And it looks like so far after 2 quarters of play, the Blue Devils will be coming away with one. It'll be their first win of the season, which will push them to 1-5. And then they'll have the final 3 games of the year to try and put some sprinkles on the record after they had a really successful year last year, but last year's in the books. Now it's all about this year and these players and the reps that this young roster for the Gaylord Blue Devils will be trying to get. Also for the seniors, really working hard trying to set and continue the mentality that this Blue Devil team has worked hard to establish over the last 3-4 seasons.
Exactly, and you know, you just said it, last year is last year. We're in week 6 of 2024 season, and I'm sure, you know, DJ Simoniak is tired of hearing the comparisons to last year.
Yeah.
But especially going into this week, this is a great feel-good game if you're Gaylord right now, and that halftime meeting is looking appetizing right now.
I do want to give a special shout-out to our friend watching from home. That's Nick Wenzel. Nick Wenzel, special shout-out to you. Wish you were here with us, buddy.
Nick.
Nick Wenzel, super fan of all things Gaylord and Gaylord St. Mary athletics. So, Nick Wenzel, special shout-out to you, my friend Nick. We'll see you tomorrow as the Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds will be taking on the Pelston Hornets. So, we'll see you over there tomorrow, Nick Wenzel. If you're watching, shout out. And to all of our Gaylord community members that are interested in both teams, you can watch the Snowbirds tomorrow take on the Pelston Hornets. That game will be at high noon. So you can watch the Snowbirds and then, you know, transfer over maybe the second or third inning to the Tiger game. First pitch will be at 1 o'clock. So watch the Snowbirds on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and then, you know, slide over to the Tigers game.
Yeah, man.
Christian, Tigers, Indians, Tigers, first of all. I know we're talking about Gaylord football and Gaylord St. Mary football right now, but let's pause, take 2 minutes, and just talk about the Tigers. I mean, what an unbelievable story.
Since August 10th, when they had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs, they haven't looked back, and they've had the best record in baseball right now. And, oh, my gosh, am I excited. I know you can't see it on the cameras here on Next Level Broadcasting, but I'm wearing my Tigers hat. I'm eager. I'm ready to see some winning baseball, put together a good winning wild card series down in Houston. And A.J. Hinch, man, I bet you he's got to be excited to beat his old team. But Tigers playing some great baseball right now, and we get to go see them play against the Indians.
I mean, the Guardians.
Well, sorry.
The
Guardians, yes. Listen, the Guardians, they're a good team as well. They're also the rival of the Tigers, and I'm just excited for playoff baseball in Detroit when the Detroit Tigers come back home next week. Oh, it's going to be exciting. But back here in Alpena, as the Wildcats are celebrating their homecoming kings and queens, as, man, you know, we look forward to the second half after the American Liner Systems and the Twin Bay Docks halftime show. Stars of the game right now, Charles, who do you got?
I mean, I think I'm going to give it to the big guy setting the tone initially in this game, Braden Gruch. He had that tackle for loss on the very first play of the game. I know that big guys don't get a lot of love, specifically from commentators sometimes during games, but I'm going to give it to Braden Gruch because I like the way that he came out and set the tone immediately on defense here in this game. That'd be my player of the game so far.
If I am to just not, go with the cop-out of the offensive line, I will take Andrew Simoniak right now because I think Andrew Simoniak has been dishing and dealing and able to keep that offensive momentum going. Also, on the sneaky, if we're going to, pick maybe someone from special teams, I'm going to be looking at Colin Peel. He has yet to miss an extra point. He's been doing very well on kickoffs, and he was the one that kicked it off for Alpena that fumbled early on in the game.
For Colin Peel, he's 7 for 7 on point after attempts. Gaylord with a safety and 7 touchdowns to make it 51-0. And, they've been doing their thing here, and Peel definitely a part of it with his prowess in the kicking game.
And with that, that's going to be Next Level Broadcasting's halftime of American Liner Systems and their Twin Bay Docks halftime show. We'll be right back after this. Stick around. This is Next Level Broadcasting simulcast on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and Next Level Broadcasting Plus on YouTube. We'll be right back after these.
At American Liner Systems, they have 3 main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our freshwater clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Twin Bay Docks' exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord. We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Collar Clinic, providing peace of mind and local customer service with the latest GPS collars, ARC collars, e-collars, beeper collars, accessories, and replacement parts, protecting your dog's safety and giving you the confidence that you'll be hunting with your dog, not for them. Collar Clinic, your e-collar specialist in Northern Michigan for over 35 years.
At American Liner Systems, they have three main goals in mind. They want to do the best possible job for their customers, ensure farm and industrial safety, and protect the environment all at the same time. No matter how big or small your job site or farm is, they have many eco-safe solutions like machinery catch basins, fuel and chemical storage, manure lagoons, fertilizer containment solutions, equipment maintenance pads, and so much more. To keep our fresh water clean and our forests green, visit AmericanLinerSystems.com or call 231-258-4200 for a free quote so you can protect tomorrow's environment today.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting simulcast. You have high school football. Christian Swinsicki, Charles Strail in the booth. John Strail on the camera. Tim Swinsicki on the other camera. It's a
family affair tonight.
It's a big old father and sons festival here at Next Level Broadcasting at Park Family Field in Alpena. Blue Devils up 51-0. Know that those numbers on your screen are not a lie. Those are the half numbers. If you're not familiar with seeing Gaylord put up numbers like that this season, well, be prepared after today, because
they're lighting up the scoreboard tonight. That's for certain. And well, you got to like the way that this Blue Devil offense has taken advantage of the short fields that the Blue Devil defense has been gifting that offense. And I shouldn't say gifting, because the defense has earned everything that they've got so far in this game. And for the Blue Devils, like I said during the halftime show, I think the biggest thing is, can they come out with the same type of energy and enthusiasm and just overall tenacity that they had to start the game when they start the third quarter? Now, we will have some special timing rules in effect in the second half. It will be a running clock all second half long as the Blue Devils, I believe, stay up by 35 points or more in the second half. So tune in, make yourself at home, get comfy. Put another log on the fire, or if you're watching from your deer blind, don't miss this, because the second half is going to go pretty quick.
Well, I'm sitting here looking at the Wildcat sideline, Charles, and I'm not seeing a number one over there for Zach Orban, their starting quarterback, who was kind of prematurely maybe sent to the locker room a little early by Brody Summerland. Midway through the second quarter, Brody Summerland came in unblocked and got a clean hit on Orban, and Orban was down for a little bit after that. Orban was able to walk off the field under his own power, and you hope for a speedy recovery from him. However, the Blue Devils, with 40 seconds left to go in this half, well, in the halftime, I should say, they get ready for the second half kickoff. They did kick it off to begin the game, and like Charles said, we are going to see a running clock here in the second half. But a few positive notes from the Blue Devils. You've seen movement on offense. Their defense has played pretty consistently so far this year. However, it was the offense in question, and last week we saw some offensive life out of them. This week, they've built upon it, and not only did they build upon it, they built a skyscraper out of the.
I like that. They built a house on it.
Yeah, they for sure capitalized on what they learned from last week as the Wildcats get set to kick it off. Back deep for the Blue Devils is going to be number 8, Robiadek. He's going to get brought down at around the 40-yard line. Blue Devils look to get their offense down the field, maybe put some more points on the board. But, I mean, this second half, Charles, you could probably look at this as building blocks for your younger guys.
Well, it's building blocks for your younger guys, but it's also building towards next week. You want this momentum to transfer into next week's game, so this second half will be critical for the Blue Devils being able to transfer that momentum. Here's the first handoff. Kent's going to hand it off, and with a burst, breaking into Alpena Wildcat territory is Aiden Sherbert. And he's got a nice gain of about 17 yards on that first down carry. And he's out to the Wildcat 43.
An excellent first down run here to start the second half from the Blue Devils. Yeah, and I did want to mention that Andrew Simoniak was relieved of his duties midway through the second quarter because I would have assumed the score. I didn't see him get injured at all. But in for him is Ethan Kent. Ethan Kent, as we've been seeing all first half, in pistol for the Blue Devils. He's going to fire to his right. It's going to be high and incomplete. Intended receiver is going to be Landon Wolf.
They got a nice playing coverage out there by Cole Herman. The ball was a little high for Aiden Wolf. He had to, or Landon Wolf, and he just wasn't able to climb the ladder to bring that one down. Wouldn't have had a lot of gain if he caught that ball, as Herman was right there applying some decent coverage for the Wildcats. So this is going to be a 2nd and 10. Maybe one of the first times in recent memory that the Blue Devils have had not a good gain on first down in terms of just lining up and running a play.
Kent gets a snap, hands it off. Up the middle, that's going to be Sherbert. He's going to get a gain of a handful.
Yeah, first guy in there for the Wildcats was Aiden Aub, the linebacker, the junior. He came in and got Sherbert in the backfield and kind of tripped him up. Sherbert did fall forward, though, and Sherbert picked up 4 yards on that carry.
You're seeing a lot of ball handlers here ball carriers for the Blue Devils this evening. I mean, we've seen Simoniak and Peel. Well, not Peel, Collins. I apologize. Wolf has gotten his fair share. Sherbert in the mix. Kent, he's going to keep it. He's going to put his name in the mix. He's going to get brought down after a couple of yards. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that was a vicious tackle. It was Oliver Duthler who came in and brought down Kent.
And we have a downed Blue Devil here. As that's going to...
It's Parker Gens, I believe.
That's going to stop the clock here momentarily. And I believe you are right, Charles. Parker Gens is down. With him being down.
Yeah, we'll keep it right here, though. We want to thank all of our sponsors once again tonight for making this live stream presentation of Gaylord High School football available for you to be watched from the comfort of wherever you find comfort from. All of our sponsors tonight, we want to thank them one more time while we have the opportunity to do so. That's American Liner Systems, Jimmy John's, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Collar Clinic, Gaylord Seal Coating, Twin Bay Docks, and Traverse City Cherry Capital TVC Airport, making this game possible for you to watch from the comfort of wherever you find comfort from. Charles Strail, Christian Swinsicki here. Blue Devils up 51-0. 8 minutes, 55 seconds remaining to play in the third quarter. And the Blue Devil medical staff is pretty seriously taking a look at Parker Gens here, so we're going to go ahead and step aside. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching high school football simulcast live on nextlevelbroadcasting.net and on YouTube at Next Level Broadcasting Plus. We'll be back after this.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
And we're back here at Park Family Field here in Alpena, Michigan. Luke Gens was able to walk off on his, or Parker Gens, sorry, was able to walk off on his own power. Blue Devils On 4th down, they're going to go for it, and they might be short. That was a 4th and 4. I think Alpena was able to stop them and get a turnover on downs. And Alpena sets themselves up with their best starting position this game so far. Alpena trying to put together that momentum here. However, I mean, they got to stay healthy too. That's another big thing. And health at this point, I mean, with Parker Gentz going down, Zach Orban already down for the Wildcats. You just like to see both teams get out of here healthy. Brady Chapman took a big hit earlier. That left him down. Herman rolls to his left. Herman stiff arms a man. He's going to get wrestled down for a sack, a loss of about 5. Man, oh man, that was number 16, Grayson Glazer.
Oh no, 17.
17, Hayden Groves.
Hayden Groves there making a nice chase down tackle, and that was a nice play.
A great play there for the Blue Devils. Not as much as I thought it was going to be a loss of 5. It was a loss of 3. Alpena getting set for 2nd and long. Herman awaits the snap. He looks to his left. He fires deep. He's got Chapman down the side. He's going to be incomplete. Aiden Scott on the coverage.
Woo, great play by Scott.
Yeah, that got that hand in there last second. I think Chapman, if he was able to maybe wrestle that in, all he had was Scott between him and the end zone. And
yeah.
Scott wasn't between him at all. Scott was behind him.
And that was a great play. Aiden Scott, a junior here, getting an opportunity to come out and make a play, and he just did that. He probably saved, a 30 to 40-yard completion there for the Blue Devil defense. And first time we've called his name tonight, and he's making a play.
Sherman gets the snap, rolls to his right, throws it to his right. He's got a man after about a gain of 7. That's going to be number 34, Scott Burns. Or 24, Alex Winfield. These numbers, they get a little muddled to read when their jerseys get scrunched.
We might have to send you to the Gaylord Eye Care Center, Christian.
I see a couple of folks up here in this press box with binoculars, and I'm thinking maybe I need to bring my own binoculars. I'm trying to eyeball this stuff. Yeah, you're right. Gaylord Eye Care, I'm on the way.
Make that appointment. We'll send you over to see Dr. Nate. Tell him, hey, Dr. Nate, fix me up so I can do play-by-play.
I'm sure my dad's happy to hear that I need my eyes checked. Herman back to throw on 4th down. Looks deep. He's got Chapman in and out of the hands.
Flag down at the 43, though. You got flags down at the Blue Devil 43-yard line. It looks like this might be a hold or a pass interference against the Blue Devil secondary, Christian.
We await the call. That was a heck of a throw by Herman there. And that is going to push the defense back. They're already moving back. And with that penalty, Charles, that's going to give us a fresh set of downs for the Wildcats as they take over at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it will. And as they take over at the 50, they'll be trying to get back down into Blue Devil. Well, I should say the further into Blue Devil territory. They've been there one time so far in this game, and it was intercepted by Mason Salisbury. But Wildcats on the move here.
Hand off to the right. That's going to be Aiden Aubie with the carry. He's going to get nowhere. Met at the line of scrimmage. Finley Miller on the tackle.
He came through that offensive line shot out of a cannon, and he brought it back on the run blitz, Christian, and nice tackle for loss by Finley Miller.
First time we're calling Finley Miller's name this evening. Chapman, wide out right. He's going to be at your top of your screen there. 2nd and long here. Herman looks to his left, fires, incomplete over the middle, intended target, Aiden Aubie. Looks like just timing was not there. Even Aubie wasn't expecting it. That ball whizzed by his head, and he wasn't ready. That's a couple of instances now this evening that we've seen Wildcats not ready for the ball. That's coming out hot out of Herman's hands. Aubie and Chapman wide out right. Herman flanked only to his left. Now he rolls to his left. Herman throws it in the dirt. Intended target, Alex Winfield. Another 4th and long here, and they're going to look for a deep shot like they did last 4th down. Just to keep this drive alive here as the clock rolls on. 2.5 to go left in the third.
Yeah, like we said, coming out of the halftime intermission, we said the second half was going to fly by. Each team with a possession so far in the third quarter, and it's really, really moving swiftly.
4th and long. Man in motion is going to be Carter Kaprowski. Kaprowski, the slot to the right. Herman, deep left. Winfield. That's going to be broken up by number 17, Hayden Groves.
And a nice play made by Groves coming over and making the play.
He just followed the eyes of Herman and just looked.
Yep. And Groves, doing a good job. This Blue Devils secondary here so far in this game, a combination of Aiden Scott and Hayden Groves making 2 nice defensive pass breakups to get the ball back for the Blue Devil offense here as the Wildcats turn it over on downs at midfield.
Gaylord sets up shop and Alpena territory at the 49-yard line. Ethan Kent. He's going to hand her off there. That's going to be
Grayson Glazer on the carry. Give him about 4 yards there, Christian. So the Blue Devils once again continuing to shuffle the decks and shuffle the disbursement of carries between this litany of running backs that they have.
And that's not something that they've taken to this year. They did that last year too. Last year they had an array of running backs, if we can find any more words that fill in that wide margin that we're looking to get there. This year we're seeing everyone kind of have their share of the ball. We've seen that last year, this year.
Blue Devils got to snap it here quick. Oh, there's a snap that goes in the backfield. Oh, wow.
That's going to be recovered by Glazer. Yeah, they needed to get a snap. They hurried to the line quickly because I know you can't see it at home, but there is a play clock, and visually I think it's something different when you actually see the time gone. But when they by the time the Blue Devils got to the line, there was 2 seconds left.
So after 3 quarters of play, Blue Devils up 51-0. No score in the third quarter for either team. We'll go ahead and step aside. Fourth quarter action coming up after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Blue Devil football here, simulcast live on Next Level Broadcasting Plus on YouTube and nextlevelbroadcasting.net online. Fourth quarter coming up next.
Know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right. Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's and you at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit TVC.
And we're back here in Alpena. It's going to be a jet sweep. This is going to be Landon Wolf on the sweep. He's going to get out wide. We apologize. The Traverse City Cherry Capital will finish that advertisement in a second. But Landon Wolf's going to get a carry. It's going to be no gain. It's going to bring up 4th and long for the Blue Devils. They're going to look to punt it. as we get ready. 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It's already flying by, I feel like. Even the breaks between the third and fourth flew by. Gaylord. No, those numbers on your screen are not wrong. Gaylord is up 51-0 right now. As punt is away. And that's going to take a big Gaylord bounce and get down at the 15-yard line. Alpena will set up shop in their own territory. Alpena having a tough go at it this evening. Gaylord absolutely just putting the throttle down here in the first half. All 51 of those points scored in the first half. Alpena getting ready to that ball, by the way, got spotted at the 25. It was a touchback. Herman awaits the snap, looks to his right, fires. He's got a man. There's going to be interference.
Yeah,
interference. That's going to be on Luke Robiadek.
Yeah, you can't do that one. That was an easy call.
Yeah. You can't run over the intended receiver like that. And, I mean, you want to play physical defense?
But not that physical.
That's right. that was a little rough out there. It's going to be pass interference on the defense, going to give Alpena a fresh set of downs in 15 yards.
Your name is Brittany Mercedes Good. You have your cell phone, credit card.
As time is flying by here, Charles. Already under 9.
Yep.
To go in the ball game. Moore. He gets the snap, looks to his right, fires over the middle, in and out of the hands. Almost intercepted by Mason Silsbury. Almost got his second interception.
Oh, man, and it was in his right hand, too, for about a second and a half, and Silsbury just wasn't able to squeeze it with one hand.
He tried nonchalantly bringing it in with the right hand.
That would have been beautiful. Would have been beautiful if he was able to squeeze that one, Christian. I mean, off the ricochet into his right hand. That's the one that you talk to your homies about on the bus ride back to Gaylord.
It was an excellent effort. I mean, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Herman, maybe a smidge off on timing. He's looking to throw again. He's bringing a man in deep, but he's going to throw an interception. That's going to be Aiden Scott on the interception. Bobbled it for a second, but that one was delivered right into his hands.
Yeah, Scott, he's made one defensive play already with a pass breakup. This time, he gets the INT. Blue Devils taking over at their own 45 after the Aiden Scott interception. What a play made there by the junior, coming up large for the Blue Devils, getting the ball back. And the Blue Devils will have it after that Scott INT, Christian.
Well, they, last play before that, it was almost Mason Silsbury. Aiden Scott got his back this time. And, they made a couple of back-to-back plays, like you said, on that drive in the second quarter.
Do want to give a shout-out to Mason Silsbury. He had an interception to slam the door on the Alpena drive just before the end of the second quarter. But this time Scott gets it to stop the Wildcat drive.
Kent on the keeper. Goes to his right, brought down after a yard. Silsbury, Charles, also had that pass breakup before the interception, so he's made not just the couple of defensive plays, but just a handful. He's making his presence known on the defense.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job so far, and I've been impressed with the tone that the Blue Devils have come out with here in the second half. They haven't scored any points, but they haven't relented anything either.
They haven't needed to score points. They've just been kind of letting the offense go. The defense has been definitely speaking up for the offense here as they're getting turnovers and turnovers.
And I do want to thank them as someone who not only helps call commentary with you, but also runs our scoreboard and clock. It's really nice having a running clock feature to make sure that our timing system is always correct here.
You know, to peel back the curtain, I was able to finally get a hands-on of this scoreboard system. It was a lot better than the one I was trying to work last week, but this is proven to work. 45-yard line here for the Blue Devils. Kent pitches to his left. That's going to be Glazier on the pitch. He's going to have a gain of about 9. We'll see where they spot it. Clock rolls on, 5.5 left in the ball game here as Gaylord looks to finally put a cap on their first win of the season here. But, I mean, hey, a lot happens in 5.5 minutes. I'm not sure 51 is going to happen in 5.5, but Gaylord looking to erase that goose egg in the win column. Man in motion. That's going to be Wolf. Wolf gets the first down off the in cut on the jet sweep. They've run that jet sweep a couple of times with Wolf. Finally pays off there.
Yeah, and that's the play that he scored a touchdown on, if I'm not mistaken, Christian.
Touchdowns all around for the Blue Devils. We saw Vanderveer with a couple. Isaac Collins, he got his hands dirty with a touchdown. Andrew Simoniak throwing some touchdowns.
Yeah, Simoniak has 4 total touchdowns tonight.
And he's also got the big run along the far side of the field. Kent on the handoff. That's Glazier again, gets spun down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a really nice tackle made by Alpena. It was David Barbadkadze, and he had a nice bead on the ball carrier there, Glazier, and bringing him down for no gain on the 1st and 10 carry.
Four minutes to go here in this ball game, as Alpena looks to maybe get one more shot at scoring some points. Kent hands it off to Glazier again. Glazier cuts back right. Goes through a couple of arm blocks and gets brought down by a host of Wildcats. Once again, man, it seems Glazier gets so close on these first down runs. Glazier gets so close on these first down runs that they're just right there at the first down marker. Blue Devils looking to maybe put their first points up on the board here in the second half. Glazier gonna get wrestled down, get hit again. He's not going down. Glazier still running to the right. First down to the 10. And brought down after geez, Charles, I think he got hit maybe 4 or 5 times. Wow, impeccable running there from Glazier. That might be the best run we've seen so far.
That was unbelievable. I mean, I'm speechless, Christian. I really don't have anything to say. That was a great job there by Glazier to just keep pounding.
As we get ready for 1st and goal here in Alpena from the Park Family Field. And that's going to be a kneel.
That was a really nice sign of sportsmanship there by the Blue Devils, just taking a knee, not wanting to add any insult to injury. They've had this 51-point lead since the second quarter here, and there's no real point in running it up anymore.
And you're absolutely right, Charles, as most of the stands have cleared out here in Alpena. I mean, shoot. we can probably start talking about players of the game for realsies this time.
Who do you think?
Oh, there is so many to choose from. If I'm going to go off of one, I think I might stick with my first pick, and that's going to be Andrew Simoniak. Able to throw a couple of touchdown passes, run in a couple himself. It's excellent work by Simoniak on the offense. On the defensive side, Aiden Scott coming in, coming up with that interception late.
Yeah.
But I think really, if we go back, the other interception there.
By Salisbury?
Yes, by Salisbury. Salisbury had the interception in the end zone, or in the red zone. The pass breakup here just a few moments ago. He had the pass breakup before his interception. I think on the defensive side, Salisbury proved to be pivotal. And there's just so many to give shouts out to. One person I didn't get to get a shout out to earlier, Nick Wenzel. I didn't get to give my good friend a good thank you on everything.
Yeah, well, we know Nick Wenzel's tuning in. Maybe one of the biggest fans of Next Level Broadcasting. That's Nick Wenzel. Shout out to you in Gaylord. So it looks like the Blue Devils are going to wrap this one up here, 51-0. Christian, your final thoughts here before we put a bow on this one.
Gaylord looking better on offense. This is their best offensive output this so far this year. Build on it. Can't wait to see them next week.
I think that's a well-said statement there, Christian. So that's going to do it here from Park Family Field. For myself, Charles Strail, Christian Swinsicki, my broadcast partner, our head of videography tonight, Tim Swinsicki, and John Strail also helping out on the camera as well tonight. We are signing off and saying thank you for making us a part of your Friday evening here, October 4th, Week 6 in the high school football schedule. Good night, everyone. Until next time, we'll see you when the Blue Devils take on the Escanaba Eskimos next Saturday at Gaylord High School. Charles Strail saying good night from Park Family Field in Alpena. Until next time, everyone, have a good rest of the night